Hello. Just trying to get some good lighting here. Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. Hello, thank you for joining. My name is Edie or Iris. Hi Nicole. I am a rising senior at MIT studying biological engineering, and I'm a pre-med student. And I'm working this summer with Pandia Health as a content creator, and making these live, sometimes on Facebook in Spanish on Tuesdays if you're into Spanish. But today we're going to talk about sex positivity because it's actually Sex Positivity Month this month, I believe. We're going to be rolling out some content later in the month. Daisy, I believe, is going to be doing some lives later on this week talking about some other sex positive topics, and I'm glad I get to kick it off because actually there's a cool story about how I got into medicine related to sex positivity. But if you don't know about Pandia Health, we're a birth control delivery company, and we have a blog and a YouTube and a lot of educational content that's already out there. But I think there's also some other inspirational content creators that I look to, at least that inspired me, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. Hello, welcome. Cool. So a little story, I guess, before we begin. I'm gonna preface all the people that I'm gonna talk about. So Laci Green, Sexplanations, Mama Dr. Jones, Pandia Health, of course, Evian, Whitney, Sonalee, and I believe that's it. Cool. So as a women-founded, women-led, doctor-led company, we want to make sure that we're highlighting these amazing femmes who are leading the sex-positive movement. And the story that I guess I was going to tell about how I got into medicine related to sex positivity was I actually didn't even know what a period was when I got my period, and I went onto YouTube and I started looking up these things, and I came across a lot of these content creators, and I became educated that way because sex, I guess, in growing up was a very taboo topic that my parents didn't talk about. I was raised Catholic, so I became interested in biology and biological processes this way. So these creators actually are very educational. Some of them even have doctorates or medical degrees. Some are licensed social workers, and they can help us learn more about our bodies, and how to celebrate and enjoy sex without feeling guilty or the pressure of the taboos that have already been constructed by society. Cool. So sex positivity is that which I mentioned. It's about consensual sex. It's also about celebrating your body, celebrating different body types, different ways of being, and just accepting who you are, understanding that sex is a natural process which brought every single one of us into this world, so to better enjoy it as we go through life. Cool. So the first creator I'm going to talk about is Laci Green. Actually, she hasn't been posting on YouTube lately. She just came back, but when I guess started watching sex educators on the internet, she was really out there. She was one of the first people to establish that community online, and she was just very open with her experiences. She talks openly about having HPV, being pansexual. She talks openly about topics that, a lot of people at the time, I guess, I felt like, hello, Ananya. I felt like nobody was talking about. She talks about BDSM, she talks about sex toys, and different types of polyamorous relationships, and celebrating this and kind of normalizing this. Hi Yasmin, throughout her videos. Cool. Yeah, so she's a very educational YouTuber. She just came back to YouTube. I'm not sure what kind of content she's making, but yeah, if you go back on her YouTube, it's Laci Green. She has a lot of older content, which is very good. The next person I'm going to talk about is Sonalee. She goes by the Fat Sex Therapist on Instagram. I think it's at the Fat Sex Therapist or at Fat Sex Therapist. I'm gonna send it in the chat once I look it up. But I just found them, and they're a sex therapist, and well, as their name implies. So actually, you can go to their bio, and there's a link tree that you can sign up for sex therapy if that's something that you feel like you need, because she talks people through sexual trauma, body image issues. She even has an article talking about how she accepted herself in her weight and her sexuality, and in that disappointed her parents. So she's very open about those experiences. I'm reading this off her website. It says that she specializes in treating sexual trauma, body image issues, racial or immigrant identity issues, and South Asian family systems, while offering fat and body positive sexual health care. And as I mentioned, she's a licensed social worker and I believe therapist. So her Instagram is also like very cool, aesthetic. Like you can repost a lot of the posts that she has onto your story. They're like those texts that are really cool that people just post, which are just like a blurb that's educational. Next person I'm going to talk about, actually I think is the person I've seen the most, is Dr. Doe from Sexplanations. I was a really big John and Hank Green fan back, well, I mean I still am, and they pubbed Dr. Doe, who's a sexologist. She has a doctorate in sex education, and I actually saw her in person briefly when she came to visit MIT with my friend Nicole. She makes a lot of sex positive content as well, and she like draws diagrams to talk about the labia. She has videos like playing with inanimate objects in a way that you would play with a person in order to imitate or educate in a way that's, I guess, YouTube friendly. She has videos kind of doing intimacy workshops, walking through like multiple people how scenarios would work. She has a video that just came out which was really cool if you're into gynecology as I am, talking all about the cervix. So the cervix is the kind of like the barrier between the vagina and the uterus, and when you get a pap smear, it's the thing that they're smearing, it changes throughout your menstrual cycle. So like when you're ovulating, it has more mucus, and she did a video showing some of those pictures of how the cervix changes, how it changes before and after pregnancy. And personally, like I find that super cool. She also does like BDSM videos, kind of like Laci Green, and DIY sex toys, which I have not watched, but that sounds interesting. I think maybe one of our content creators might take that on. I'm not sure if anybody's up to the challenge, but maybe we'll get a DIY sex toy Instagram live coming soon your way. And then, so that was Dr. Doe, and I really like her. Her channel is Sexplanations on YouTube. And then the next person I also just found out about, I haven't been on Instagram lately, but she is so cool. Her name is Whitney, and she is a sexuality doula and sexual educator. She has courses on intimacy, and she has a podcast. I think it's called the Sexually Liberated Female or Woman. I think it's the Sexually Liberated Woman, but make sure you check out her Instagram, Whitney, where she talks about her journey to becoming sexually liberated. She's married, and at first she just was not enjoying sex with her husband, and she, like sometimes the weight of how taboo something is can make you not enjoy it. So she is seeking to help people through this, to make them more comfortable in their skin, make them enjoy sex, and she has been completely changed, and she is, now a sexuality doula. I think she started in 2011, so it's not even that much time. So I am just now starting to follow her, and I look forward to learning more about her. She has a book called Sexting Myself, which is like a guide to taking sensual pictures of yourself and not sending it to anybody else. So just like feeling comfortable in your own body and celebrating your body, which is another part of the sex positive movement. It's just like being comfortable in your body, and even if it doesn't have to do with sex, but like just feeling okay. Cool. So then the next one is Mama Dr. Jones, who's technically not a sex educator, she's not a sex educator, but she's an OBGYN who I really enjoy watching. She does videos every now and then that are like, I didn't know I was pregnant, which those aren't like the more sex positive ones. I think she's like, she does other ones which are just very, I think she's more trans inclusive, like outwardly, than other content creators usually are. So I really enjoy that, and she does videos talking about endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and different like obstetrics parts, because she like talks more about deliveries than she talks about gynecology. But yeah, I think she's super cool. She has a bunch of kids. And she's an OBGYN from Texas. So Mama Dr. Jones. She's on YouTube. If you know who Dr. Mike is, she has a collaboration with him. Yeah, as you can tell, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. But yeah, it's a great place to get content, and Mama Dr. Jones is very educational. If you're pre-med like me, it's just nice to watch these people. Okay, cool. And then last but not least, Pandia Health. We also have a YouTube channel, and Dr. Yen has a few questions that she's answered on there. And all of our videos, like these lives, are posted, so when Daisy and Jackie make lives later on this month, you'll find them all on our YouTube channel. Also, recently Daisy did a video talking about how to go on our website and look at how you can support Black-owned businesses, and how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. So make sure to check that post out and that video out to get more involved. Yeah, and Pandia Health, women-founded, women-led, doctor-led. We're trying to empower women to, take control of when you want to have kids. So make sure to check us out at the links in our bio. We deliver birth control for free, and if you have insurance, everything's free. But free delivery with how much your birth control would normally be. Yeah, and make sure you get it delivered with us, and use my referral code if you sign up, Iris, Iris, link in the bio. Thank you guys for showing up, and I hope you guys get to follow these amazing YouTubers. Before I go, I'm going to write down the name of the people who I said to follow, Evian, Whitney, and Fat Sex Therapist. I'm going to write them in the messages so you guys can follow them. Evian.Whitney. Oh my god, autocorrect. Evian.Whitney on Instagram. And then Sexplanations on YouTube. Mama Dr. Jones on YouTube and Instagram. And I'm just going to put the Fat Sex Therapist. The Fat Sex Therapist. Evian Whitney also has a website, which is really cool, and a podcast you should check out. Cool. Okay, so those are the two Instagrams that I mentioned. I also found Gigi Anglais, which I didn't talk about, but I'll send it in the chat in case you want to check it out. Gigi Anglais is Giengle. Oh my god, I just realized I forgot to talk about somebody who I really love, so I'm not going to let you go yet. Her name is Hannah Witton. She is British, and she's been a content creator for a really long time. Hello. And actually her latest YouTube video is called The Secret to Sexual Arousal. And then a week ago she did tier ranking my sex toys. And she's somebody that I've also really loved to watch, like growing up, learning more about sex positivity. And something that's really cool about her, she's been really open about having ulcerative colitis and having her colon removed, and now she has a stoma bag, and she also celebrates like body positivity, which is a great aspect of the sex positivity movement. So yeah, she has so many good videos. I love her. And if you follow her, so Hannah Witton, I'm going to send it also in the chat. Oh my goodness, too many people to follow now. Yeah, she also follows a lot of other good content creators. But yeah, make sure to check them out. I really love the content. It's not just sex positive content, but it's really great. Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, make sure to check the links in our bio to sign up for free delivery in your birth control and automatic refills. And I'll see you guys next week. I'll probably be talking about endometriosis and the current treatments. Cool. Thank you guys for coming. Bye.